In today's session, we are going to discuss about the prose topic. So initially I have chosen the lesson, Be Prepared. I think I have shared the material yesterday evening in the group. Hope you would have gone through that. And some of them would have taken the lesson already in your classes. So I think you should be familiar with that. Shall I present it now? One of you please tell me whether you are able to see the presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste, namaste. Everyone. So when it comes to teaching a lesson, the first thing is you should have a well planning, isn't it? So before you teach a lesson, you will have a course of study in your hand and you'll be writing a lesson plan based on that. Am I right? So in your lesson plan, see to that you write these specific aims pertaining to that particular lesson, and also the general aims should be there, right? So whenever you teach a lesson, you expect them to read with proper pronunciation, intonation, and pause. So all these things will be there. And similarly, we will focus on values, more values also, what the child is going to learn, isn't it, from that particular topic, character building. So all these things, we will focus on that part also. And then to express the ideas of the passage orally and in writing. So the child should be able to comprehend and he should be able to express the ideas also, both orally and in writing. So these are the general aims pertaining to the lesson. And then in this particular lesson, the topic that I have chosen is Be Prepared. It is written by Ruskin Bond. So pertaining to this particular lesson, the specific aims are the child should be able to explain the implications of the scout motto. You might have seen the pictures there, at least if you have not read the lesson. So you can see some few scout boys there. They'll be playing there in the middle of the, in the middle of the forest and near the pool. And the second aim for this specific aim is express or note the irony and humor in this particular narration. So that also we should help as a teacher, we should help the children to identify the irony and humor in this narration. And third point is relate to kids being kids. So kids are kids only, no? That those things are also, you can see those things, those points or those values in the lesson. And fourth one is writing a narrative with verbal support. We are supposed to give them some clues, and based on that, the child should be able to write a narrative, that is descriptive writing. So whenever before you teach a lesson, have the lesson plan in your hand before you go to the class. That is very, very important. So that even if you tend to forget, you will be able to, you can even refer that lesson plan and then go ahead with the lesson. So warm up. Before you begin the lesson, for a class 4 child, what can we do? Can anyone tell me? Before you start the lesson, how do you motivate them? How do you encourage them? Teachers?
Ask a few questions related to the lessons, ma'am.
Lesson, yes. Few questions related to the lesson we can ask them. So let students answer the following questions. So this particular lesson, based on the pictures, they can answer first. What do you think the story is about? You can ask. Or you can give even a small introduction about the author, because this is written by Ruskin Bond, right? So you can give a small introduction like this. Let's begin. This story is written by Ruskin Bond. He is India's most loved writer. He has written several stories and books for children and for both adults and children. While he often writes about nature, several of his stories are based on funny experience he has had as a school-going boy. And this is one such story about that. So On hearing this, maybe the child will become so interested to read. The speaker talks about his time as a Boy Scout. So we have to teach them what is scout, scouters. So all those terms we have to teach them before you begin the lesson. One day, the speaker and his fellow scouts set off on a camping expedition with their scoutmaster. However, none of them seemed to have any skills necessary to survive outdoors. So as a result, they got into strange situation which make their trip unforgettable. So now let's watch this animation and let's look at the finer points of the story. Okay, so after giving a small introduction about the author and about the gist of this particular story, we can even do the presentation about the scout. Let me check whether this works. Teachers, are you able to see this presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible? Okay. The Scout movement is an educational movement for young people. So give them a small introduction about Scout because they are just into class 4 and this is the first lesson for them. They may not be aware of the terms Scout, Scouters and all. So before you begin the lesson, before you start the lesson, we have to talk them about the Scout movement. It is an educational movement for young people. The movement began when Robert Baden-Powell, a British Army officer, published his book Scouting for Boys to train young boys and make them independent and helpful. That is how the Boy Scout Association came into being, and even the Girl Guides also. And you can also give them some examples pertaining to the school. Even in our school, we have scouts. So scout boys, they used to wear the scout uniform. And whenever any festival or any school function happens, no, so these boys, they volunteer themselves and they help the teachers as well as the students also. So, and they also go for some camping during the summer time, and they will have some sort of activities there in the camp. So this is how we have to introduce them. Let us move on to the next one. Can you see this slide, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
The scouts learn to solve challenges. So we have to tell them what they do. The scouts, they learn to solve challenges by themselves through games and activities in an outdoor setting. And the training teaches them to be independent and helps them to become good leaders with a positive moral code. So this is what they are going to learn also. So when you become a scout, what are the uses? So you should tell them. So if you become a scout, you will become so independent. The training teaches them to be independent and helps them to become good leaders also with a positive moral code. So these are the things they will learn also during the camping. So the elements of the scouts method. When it comes to scout method, law and promise, the Scouts law states what is expected of a scout. The scout promises to obey the Scouts law. So you have to tell them about the laws also. Now scout games, see here you can see the children what they are doing. Scout games teach real life skills. You can see a boy collecting the wood for the campfire. A girl is reading out, giving some instructions there. A boy is cooking, another boy is making tent. So scout games teach real life skills. So if they join the scout, these are the benefits. So you can also encourage them to join the scouts when they go to class 6. Now they are in class 4. So after 2 years, they can also join the scouts and they will learn by like this. And so the scouts get hands-on knowledge of the real world as well. So now what is the system? Team system. So they always work in teams, isn't it? The children in the scouts groups are split into groups of 6 to 8 members each. And these groups called patrols form one unit and complete task together. So one task will be given for that particular team and they have to complete it. So scouts are expected to be self-reliant, isn't it? They should be independent, self-learning, self-governed, self-motivated, and non-competitive. So these are the personal improvement, that will happen when they join the scout movement. And the scouting game actually takes place outdoors in the natural environment. So like this, you can show them some few pictures, or even if you have the facility to show the animation or the PPTs, you can tell the children about the scout movement before you begin the lesson. So it will take some time. So this is a big lesson only. So it will take some time. So you can complete it within 2 to 3 periods. It will take definitely to explain and make them understand, comprehend and everything. So slowly you can teach them. So make them understand what is scout, and then you go with the story. The scouts always try to follow the example of their leader. So there will be a leader always. And the leader, the scouts master, assume the role of a mentor and guides them. There will be a scout master. Scout leader assumes the role of a mentor and guides them. And after reading the story, okay, you tell them. So now you will be reading the story and you have to find out the elements of the scouts method in this particular lesson. And at the end of the lesson, they should be able to discuss it. Now let me move on to the lesson. So now you can ask them, what do the pictures tell you about the story? Now we saw the scout, no? Scout and scout movement, what it is, everything. Now you ask the children to go through the pictures that is given in the Gulmohar Reader. So this book only we follow here, Gulmohar Reader. And then you can ask them to go through the pictures given there in the reader. Okay. And then you can pose some questions based on the picture. What do the pictures tell you about the story? So be prepared is a Boy Scout motto. That means it is a, with regard to the caption, with regard to the title, you can ask them, what does it tells us? So be prepared means it is a Boy Scout motto. It is a principle, which means you're always in a state of readiness in mind and body to do your duty. So that is the meaning of this particular phrase, be prepared. And what do you think we have to be prepared for? You can pose questions like this and then play the animation of the lesson here.
Be Prepared by Ruskin
ma'am.
Bond.
Yes.
How did I survive as a Boy Scout despite never being prepared for anything?
Namaste. Can you hear me? Can you hear this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can see an old man here. Okay. He is Ruskin Bond. He is the narrator and he is the speaker.
Be Prepared by Ruskin Bond. How did I survive as a Boy Scout despite never being prepared for anything? A rumor that I was a good cook won me a cookery badge. During the summer break, our scoutmaster, Mr. Oliver, took some of us on a camping expedition. Skinning onions, shelling peas, and pounding masalas. Put everything in that big dekchi, I ordered. Pour half a tin of ghee and some nettle leaves and cook for half an hour. But the dish still lacked something. Add a cup of sugar, I ordered, and a bottle of tomato sauce. The Bond Bhujia, as one of the boys named it, was a great success. The next day, Mr. Oliver decided to teach us tracking. He took a half-hour head start, walked into the forest, leaving behind a trail of broken twigs, pine cones, and chestnuts. We followed Mr. Oliver's trail some way. But then we were distracted by a pool of clear water. We jumped in and romped about in the water. Hours later, back at our campsite, we prepared Bond Bhujia again with a few variations. It was growing dark, and we were beginning to worry about Mr. Oliver when he limped into the camp. He waited for us, and then he had got lost on the way back. Village folk had finally helped him. He was very angry and made us return all our badges. When we were getting into our sleeping bags, Mr. Oliver called out, "Where's dinner?" Everything is finished, sir, said one of the boys. Where's Bond? He's the cook. Make an omelette. I can't, sir. Not allowed to cook without my badge. Scout rule, sir. Mr. Oliver returned to his tent in a huff. But I relented and made him a grand omelette. The next morning, a bear had wandered into our camp and created havoc. In the uproar that followed, the bear emerged from Mr. Oliver's tent entangled in his dressing gown. It then made off towards the forest in its borrowed clothes, having destroyed our camp and supplies. We, the troop of brave little scouts, thought it better to let the bear keep its gown.
Did you enjoy the story, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you
Yes,
watch?
ma'am.
Did you watch it fully?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Were
Yes,
you
ma'am.
able to follow the story?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So, so here, before you start teaching, okay, you have to tell them about two things. There are two important strands in this particular story. As I told you before, one is the humor. Where can you find humor in this particular story? Can anyone tell me? Humor in the story. Were you able to identify the humor in the story?
The bear went.
The bear. Okay. Okay. Irony. See, the story is about a group of Boy Scouts and the Scoutmaster. So these you can find the boys, Boy Scouts you can find, and Scoutmaster also you can find, isn't it? Although the motto for Scouts is be prepared, we find that in this particular story at a time of crisis, none of them is prepared to handle it. So that is the irony part, isn't it? And then humor part. One is, as ma'am said, you may plan to teach, see here, in this particular humor part is the last part. A bear enters the camp and creates havoc. And the most humorous thing is when the bear runs out of the Scoutmaster tent wrapped in that dressing gown, isn't it? That is one thing. And initially, if you see the boy who doesn't know how to cook manages to make some delicious dishes, and he also wins the cookery badge. And third one is the Scoutmaster, while teaching the scouts how to track and find their way, he himself lost his way. And then he returns back with the help of the village folkmen. So these three things we have to tell the children. Now we will read the story. Again, I will share this particular PDF. I want one teacher volunteer to read the story for me. 1 minute. Can you see the screen, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I request one of you to read, please. Be prepared. I need some volunteer to read this for me.
Shall I, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Be prepared. That is the Boy Scout motto. But I never seem to be well prepared for anything, be it an exam or a journey. So, how did I survive as a Boy Scout? It seems a rumor had gone around the junior school that I was a good cook. I had never cooked. I couldn't see the screen.
Oh, sorry.
I had never cooked anything in my life. But I had spent a lot of time in the tuck shop making suggestions to and encouraging Chimpu, the tuck shop owner, to make more and better samosas, jalebis, tikkis,
Cookies
and
and
pakoras.
pakoras.
With this qualification, I won a cookery batch and was put in charge of our Boy Scouts to supply of rations. There were about 20 of us in our troop. During the summer break, our Scoutmaster, Mr. Oliver, took us on a camping expedition to a
Thank
mountain.
you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. So now be prepared. This is the title of the story. And we also saw it is the Scout motto, isn't it? So be prepared. That is the Boy Scout motto, but I never seem to be well prepared. So now who's the speaker here? Who's the speaker?
Skin bond.
Ruskin Bond. So the writer himself is the speaker. And as I told you before, this is one of his experience as a Boy Scout. Okay, when he was a young boy. So this particular lesson is his own experience. So, but I never seem to be well prepared for anything. He says, be it an exam or a journey. So he was not well prepared, even though the motto of the scout is be prepared. So how did I survive as a Boy Scout? So he is posing a question to us. How did he survive as a Boy Scout? It seems a rumor had gone around the junior school. What is the meaning of rumor?
Some false information.
Yes, some false information, something not true. Thank you. So it seems a rumor had gone around the junior school that I was a good cook. So how he became a good cook? He had never cooked anything in his life, but he had spent a lot of time in the tuck shop. What is the meaning of tuck shop?
School canteen.
School canteen, yes. Making suggestions. He was just giving some suggestions and encouraging Chimpu. He is a tuck shop owner to make more and better samosas, jalebis, tikkis, and pakoras. So by giving some lot of suggestions, no, he got that. The rumor was there that he was a good cook. So with this qualification, I won a cookery badge and he was put in charge of the Boy Scout troop supply of rations there. And there were about 20 of us there in the troop, in the scout group. And during the summer break, their scoutmaster, who is their scoutmaster? Mr. Oliver. They took them on a camping expedition to a mountain. Okay, let me go to the next page. So I request one of you to read.
Shall I read, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, please.
So this is a 3 months of
Yeah, from a few miles outside Shimla.
From a few miles outside Shimla. The first night we were put to work, peeling potatoes, skinning onions, shelling peas, and pounding masalas. When the ingredients were ready, I was asked what should be done with them. Put everything in the big
Dekchi.
I ordered. Pour half a tin of ghee over the lot. Add some nettle leaves and cook for half an hour. When this was done, everyone had a taste and agreed that the dish lacked something. More salt, I suggested.
But the dish
still lacked something. Add a cup of sugar, I ordered, and a bottle of tomato sauce. The dish was a great success. Even Mr. Oliver, who had no idea what had gone into it, enjoyed it. What's this called? He asked.
The Bond Bhujia. Yes, ma'am.
The Bond Bhujia, said one of the boys. I had earned my cookery badge.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Lovely reading. So a few miles outside Shimla, they were on a camping, trek. So the first night we were put to work. So the boys were given some task to do. What is the task? They have to peel potatoes, they have to skin onions, and then they have to do shelling peas and pounding masalas to make some ingredient, isn't it? When the ingredients were ready, they are preparing a dish there. So when the ingredients were ready, he was asked, okay, the boy was asked what should be done with them. So now he is giving some instructions, put everything in that big dekchi, that is a big vessel. And I ordered, pour half a tin of ghee over the lot. So he is asking them to put some ghee also on that. Add some nettle leaves, okay, and cook for half an hour. So this is what he the speaker says, and when this was done, everyone had a taste of it and agreed that the dish lacked something. So again, he asked them, he suggested to add some salt, and then, but the dish lacked something. So add a cup of sugar according to his order. Again, a cup of sugar was added and a bottle of tomato sauce was added. So now the dish became a great success. It was a great success. Even Mr. Oliver, who had no idea what had gone into it, enjoyed the dish. What is this called? He asked. Then the boy said it is Bond Bhujia. Why it was named as Bond Bhujia?
Ruskin Bond.
Yeah, the name of the boy is Ruskin Bond, isn't it? Bond. So it was named as Bond Bhujia, said one of the boys. And now this fellow is very proud that he had earned his cookery badge. So with this, I will stop the lesson. So after showing this particular, after reading one part of the lesson, maybe you can pose some questions to the children. Can you see the presentation, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So after playing the animation, you can read this lesson and then you can also discuss about the irony and humor part of that particular passage or the lesson also. And then you can retell the story with the summary part also. Let me see. Can you see the summary? Teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
No, you're not able to see. Sorry. I don't know when I switch over to the other part. Okay, can you see the summary now? So be prepared. It is a humorous story about a Boy Scout camping trip to the hills outside Shimla. As a young student, the narrator used to advise a tuck shop owner to improve the snacks. And then this led to a rumor about his exceptional culinary skills. As a result, he ended up with the cook's badge in the Boy Scout. And then later the boys were heading out for camping and he became the in charge of the food supplies. On the first night of the camp, he managed to come up with a unique dish. And then the narrator was very pleased because they named it as Bond Bhujia. And the next day he had to return the hard-earned badge when Mr. Oliver, he confiscated the badges of all the scouts because he believed that they disobeyed the instructions to follow his trail into the forest. So the narrator is very displeased by this loss. So when Mr. Oliver asked him to take an omelette, he immediately retorted that according to the scout rules, he was not supposed to be cooking unless he had the badge. And then after that, Oliver returns the badge to them and contented with himself, the narrator made a grand omelette garnished with dandelion leaves and a chili for Mr. Oliver. And early next morning, a bear strayed into the camp and destroyed their food supplies. But then the terrified bear rushed into Mr. Oliver's empty tent and made off towards the forest, draped in Scoutmaster's dressing gown. And the boys were just as terrified of the bear, thought it was wise to let the bear keep its dressing gown and stayed off its way. You can read the summary of the lesson also. Okay, so once after you read the summary of the lesson, so we can pose questions based on the text that we read. Okay, so here I have given as choose the correct answer. I request the teachers to answer the question. I have given two options also here. So if you want, you can use the same for your class as well while teaching this particular lesson. Choose the correct answer to complete the sentence. With this qualification, I won a cookery badge. The speaker won a cookery badge in the Boy Scout simply because two options are here. He used to suggest ways to encourage Chimpu, the tuck shop owner, to improve the snacks. B, the speaker was Scoutmaster's favorite. What could be the reason?
He used to suggest ways to
encourage him.
Option A, ma'am.
Option A.
Thank
Thank you, teachers. The dish cooked on the first night at the camp was called a Bond Bhujia because the dish was made with aloo and bhujia. B is the speaker came up with the recipe for the new dish on his own.
Option B, ma'am.
Option B. Thank you. Did the speaker deserve the cookery badge? Yes or no? Yes means you have to justify the answer. No means you have to justify the answer. Just one reason you can give. Yes. How?
Yes, ma'am. Even if he didn't know, he had managed something and
Okay, prepare the dish. on his
Prepare the
own.
dish. Very good. Thank you, ma'am. Which part of the story make you laugh? Any one part of the story you can.
Beginning the cooking methods. They were
Methods,
adding
yeah, it
some-
was adding
They were
something.
adding
When the dish
sugar,
lacked
salt.
something, no? Yes. Adding salt, adding sugar, adding tomato sauce. So finally it became, it was a good dish, no? Now check comprehension with the given questions. Think and answer questions like this you can give, okay? While a discussion, no? While discussing with the children, you can pose few questions, you can write it in your notebook and you can ask them. And later you can tell them also this type of questions will be given in the exams for assessment. So whenever you teach any lesson, no, you have 2 or 3 questions in your hand, you think on your own and create some questions. So you can also make them mentally prepared that they have to face these type of questions in the exam. They should be able to answer. So number 1, Bond did not know how to cook, yet he managed to make vegetable dishes that the others enjoyed as well. So what would you have done if you had been in Bond's place? Any answer for this? If you are in Bond's place, what would you have done? Teachers, any answers? Okay, let me move on to the next question. How do you cope with emergency? So this type of questions also you can pose the children. Okay, they will come out with wonderful answers. Maybe we may have some, no, we cannot think to that extent, but the children easily they can answer this type of questions. What do you think the scouts learned at the camp? Can anyone answer? What do you think the scouts learned at the camp? Based on the animation that you saw,
To be prepared.
they should be prepared for any sort of situation. No, they should be prepared. Then,
To make
Self-effort.
yes,
how to practice.
yes, they were working in teams, isn't it? They were working in teams, group learning, and helping, sharing. So all those things they would have learned. So you can also encourage the children to join in the scout movement so that they can also learn, and it will always help them also. So now read the extract and answer the questions. So this type of ERC questions also from any part of the story, you can choose one ERC and you can frame questions and give them. Right? For ERC questions, we are supposed to give one ERC in the classwork. So you can choose one ERC, this one from the lesson, and you can give them. So taking a half-hour head start, he walked into the forest, leaving a trail of broken twigs, pine cones, and chestnuts behind him. So who is he in the above lines? Who is he in the above lines?
Mr. Oliver.
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 Very good, very good. Thank you. Why did he leave a trail there? For what purpose?
So that it'll be easy to follow.
Easy to follow. For the Boy Scouts to follow him, isn't it? That was
Yes,
the
yes.
purpose. He wants to teach them. So he left a trail there. What were the boys expected to do there? They are supposed to
The boys were expected to follow the trail
follow trail.
and reach
Follows.
the next part of the forest.
Yes, next part of the forest they have to reach, isn't it? They have to follow Mr. Oliver. But what they do instead? What did they do instead?
They
got
distracted by a pool of
distracted.
water.
Distracted by the waterfalls.
They were distracted by the pool of
Pool
water
of
there,
water.
isn't it? Yes, yes. Thank you, teachers. Thank you. Now we have matched the following. You teachers can try. See the blue part. Can you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I have given 5 questions here. Okay, pertaining to the questions, I have given the answers in the green color. This one. So, what does the scout motto "Be prepared" imply? You can choose from this green portion and then you can tell me the answer. Green color.
E, ma'am, that a Boy Scout
a
should
Boy
be prepared
Scout
to
should
Should be
handle.
prepared to handle any emergency. Thank you. How does the speaker introduce himself?
As a person never
As a
prepared to
person
face an
never
exam
prepared
or
to
to
face
go
an
on a
exam.
Options, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. As a person never prepared to face an exam or to go on a journey, what would the topic of the narrative be? This is a narrative writing only, no? Bond himself, he has written about his own experience. So that is called as a narrative writing. You have to tell the children. So what is this particular narrative writing? What is this lesson about?
About how the speaker
Fared as a scout. Very
Fared as a
good.
scout.
Wonderful. The speaker fared as a scout. How did the rumor that the speaker was a good cook get around? And what is the humor in the way he won the cookery badge as Boy Scout?
Option B. knowledge of
Option B, he
cooking.
had no knowledge of cooking, but then he
But
gave
he
some
was-
suggestions and
Because
this
he
created an impression. Yes. Who was a scout master and where did he take the Boy Scout during a summer break?
Oliver.
Yes.
Oliver the
Scout master, he took them outside
Shimla.
Shimla. So this type of small worksheet, once you complete the lesson or while you are reading the lesson, no, you can give it to them to check whether they have understood the story so far. So you can stop in the middle where I stopped, no, till I won a cookery badge. You can stop till then. Then you can have all these things and then you can move on to the next part of the story after this. Okay. So now sixth question. What was the responsibility given to him as the owner of the cookery badge? You can choose from the gray portion. See 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. F, G, H, I, J. From there you can choose. What was the responsibility given to this particular
To
boy?
take care of rations.
To take care of rations. Very good. How does a speaker fulfill his role as a cook at the camp? He has taken some role, isn't it, with the cookery badge. So what he is supposed to do?
That though he did not know cooking,
He
he
get-
had the imagination of to know what to keep adding until the dish tasted good.
Yes, he
I
gave
think-
instructions how to
And
make
how-
that vegetable dish using his imagination. He doesn't know about anything about cooking. But then he asked the boys to cook vegetables with lots of ghee, salt and sugar to taste and some herbs and tomato sauce also. What purpose does the detail of the ingredients serve?
Anyone can cook,
Anyone can cook, isn't it?
can make.
Yes, would make a tasty vegetable dish with the good quantity of ghee and tomato sauce by adding salt and sugar. So what is the
Yeah.
speaker telling us about himself as a cook?
That though he did not know cooking, he had the imagination to know
What
to
he
cook.
keep adding until the dish tastes good. Why was he pleased when the boys told the scoutmaster that the dish was bond bhujia? He feels so proud, no?
He
had
felt
learned-
that
He
he
had
felt
earned his
he
cookery
had
badge.
earned his
His
cookery
cookery
badge.
badge.
Now with
Own
his,
concoction,
own
creation of a vegetable
vegetable
dish.
dish.
Thank you all. We will move on to the next slide. Okay, so now after teaching the lesson, we are moving on to the written exercises in the classwork. So this is the pattern generally we follow. First, we give the word meaning. Okay, so select words, those meanings are not too long, but you tell them you have to learn it. Okay, only for the classwork purpose, we are not giving it in writing, but they have to learn all the meanings given in the reader. But for writing purpose, you select words, those meanings which are not too long. And antonyms also, for certain lessons, we may not get antonyms, but we have to give it in the classwork. We will see, okay, whether it is there for testing or not, we will tell you after the course of study discussion gets over. During the monthly meeting, we will discuss this. And complete the sentences wherever suitable. So in this particular type of lessons, you can give complete the sentences for the children to make them understand better. Then textual questions, whatever is given in the book, no book back exercises you can discuss. You can give them short questions, you can give them 1 or 2 detailed questions and HOTS. Like we have the think and answer type of questions, 1 or 2 you can discuss it in the class and ask them to write on their own. Just 2 or 3 points you can, initially you can give them. Later you ask them to write on their own. Okay, so HOTS questions, at least for 1 lesson, 1 or 2 you try. And DRC questions, any extract you can take from the lesson and you can give it to them. Similarly, frame sentences also, you can give them some words like adjectives or verbs you can give, so that it becomes easy for the children to frame sentence with those words. Okay, 4 or 5 you can give for rough note work. Maybe in the class work, you can give 2 or 3, not more than that, for frame sentences. So art integrated activities. So these, it is all depends on the teacher's creativity, I can say. So generally, based on this particular lesson, if you like to give some art integrated activity, you can give like this, stick the picture of scouters in a chart or a notebook so that they will know who's a scouter, what are their duties and all, and mention the rules of the scout. 3 or 4 rules they can write below the picture. Or they can draw and color or stick pictures of camping things. Whenever they go for a camping, what are the things required? They can draw and color. Then they can make PPTs also for the lessons, new words. So during the online sessions, we had this, like we asked the children to make presentations for the new words. Classes 4 and 5, they can do PPTs also with the help of the parents or brothers or sisters, they can do it. And make flashcards for new words. Here I have one more suggestion. You can ask them to prepare some dictionary work, no? Like you can either make them to get a small 40 pages notebook. You can ask them to maintain it as a dictionary. Whatever lessons they read or learn, from that lesson, whatever new words they come across, they can write and find out the meaning from the dictionary. So that becomes their dictionary for them. Or they can even take unruled sheets, they can staple it together, they can use it as a dictionary where they can enter all the new words that they come across in that particular book. Then extended reading. See, read any Ruskin Bond story in the class. As a teacher, we can read, or we can ask the child also to read in the class and encourage the students to read short stories of him or to explain the story, whatever they have learnt or read. And here you can have one more role play also. So these are few suggestions I have. Any one you can choose and you can make it for the children. You can help the child to do it in the class. So based on this particular lesson, you can see the book back exercises. They have given collocations, that is words with do and make. So this is one particular activity to enrich their vocabulary, because if you see this particular collocations are nothing but they are combinations of 2 or more words that are commonly used together. Okay, for example, I have chosen do and make. This is there in the book. Okay, I mean in the reader itself, you have this. So, but then it is our duty to insist them, to make them learn. So do, with the help of, with this do, you can have the words like the exercise, do the work, do not harm, do good, do better, do some shopping, do me a favor, do the exercise. But you can't match it with the other one. See, do a speech, do an effort, that you cannot do. So only with these particular words, you can make the collocations. Okay, with these 2 or more words only, you can have this. You will get a meaning of that particular phrase. And the next part is we have make, using make a speech, make friends, make breakfast, make an effort, make a sandwich. So it gives a meaning, isn't it? So now activity for the teachers. I'll give you 2 minutes time, just 2 minutes. Coin 5 words with take and have. And then you can read it out. Can you hear me, teachers? On the screen, you can see the collocations using do and make. Similarly, I want the teachers to use coin 5 words with take and have. Can anyone try, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Take care.
Take care, very good.
Take a bath.
Take your book.
Take a bath, very good. Take your books.
Take your pencil.
Yes, have.
Have your
Have
food.
dinner or have a look.
Have a
Have
fun.
food. Have your food, very good.
Have an appointment.
Have an appointment, very good.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day, yes. Have a chat. Using
fun.
take, have
Have a
fun,
cup of-
yes. Take,
Have a good time.
take
Have a
notes,
wonderful day.
have a wonderful day. Take a
Take your own
decision,
time.
Take
Take
a
your
break.
your own time, yes. Take notes,
Take a break.
take a break, take a decision,
Take a breath.
yes, take a breath, take a bus. Thank you, teachers, thank you. Let me continue with my presentation. So here, since this particular lesson is about camping, we can even introduce them some camping words either in the beginning or at the end. So cabin, bug spray, campers, tent, campfire, backpack, canteen. Canteen is a bottle actually, it's a water bottle. Lantern, compass, s'more, it's a food like biscuit like thing, okay, where they used to eat with chocolates and all those things, chocolate, hot chocolate. Boot, again rock, tent, sleeping bag, all these are camping words. This also you can introduce the children. So you can give them all these words either as a fun activity or as a worksheet or as a dictation words also. So since they are learning about camping and this one, no, scouts and all, it is, we have to teach them all these words also. Okay, now, I have a small listening activity for you. I will play the listening, okay, teachers. You listen to this and I will share a worksheet with you. Answer
Listening.
the questions.
Listen to these instructions for Boy Scouts. As you listen, tick the items on the lists.
Boys, we will be setting up camp in the mountains outside Shimla. Now listen to me carefully. Before we leave, read the map of the mountain to make sure you know the route to the camp very well. You will need to give me your home addresses and phone numbers. Also, submit applications to your class teachers informing them about the date of the trip. Make sure that you have your Scouts bag with you on the trip. After you reach the camp, you must set up your tents. You will light the campfire. Ask the cook for the menu for the night and chop the vegetables for dinner. Each one has to wash his plate before going to sleep at night. If you have any further questions about your expedition, please meet me in my office from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. today.
So I'll stop sharing this. Yes. So now you have listened to a particular set of instructions. I want you to just take out a paper and a pen to just mark the answers. Okay, based on your listening, you have to answer this. Tick the items on the list. Before leaving, pack a map of the place. Read the map to know the route to the camp. Ask parents to write a permission letter. Get a fitness certificate from the doctor. Submit application about camp dates to the class teacher. Pack Scouts bag. Have you marked the answers, teachers? You want me to play the audio again?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am.
Wait, I'll play the audio again.
Yes, ma'am. First one, read the map.
First one,
Read the map
read the map. Yes.
to know the route to the camp.
Camp, yes.
Ask parents to write a permission letter.
Permission letter, very good.
Submit application about camp dates to the class teacher.
Yes, submit application about camp dates to the class teacher, very good. Okay, let's go. Pack Scouts bag. Then. Okay, I'll play the audio again one more time.
Listening. Listen to these instructions for Boy Scouts. As you listen, tick the items on the lists.
Boys, we will be setting up camp in the mountains outside Shimla. Now listen to me carefully. Before we leave, read the map of the mountain to make sure you know the route to the camp very well. You will need to give me your home addresses and phone numbers. Also, submit applications to your class teachers informing them about the date of the trip. Make sure that you have your Scouts bag with you on the trip. After you reach the camp, you must set up your tents. You will light the campfire. Ask the cook for the menu for the night and chop the vegetables for dinner. Each one has to wash his plate before going to sleep at night. If you have any further questions about your expedition, please meet me in my office from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. today.
Yes,
At
yes,
the
ma'am.
camp, at the camp,
Set up the
set up the tents then.
light the
Light the campfire.
campfire.
Very good.
As the cook
Ask the cook for the
chop
menu and
Menu,
chop the
yes,
vegetables.
chop the vegetables.
Wash
Wash your own plate after
plate
dinner.
after dinner.
Thank you, superb. So you can conduct this listening activity also. So we have to try to integrate all LSRW skills also while teaching the lesson, right? So we are asking them to read the lesson with proper intonation, pronunciation, and pause and everything. And we are giving them the writing also. Writing skills based on this is you can give a narrative writing. Imagine you're Oliver, write a small paragraph about your experience there. Something like that you can give them to encourage writing or enhance the writing skills. Listening is, of course, like this one listening passage you can give, or you can choose your own listening passage, something about any camping trip or anything about a place also. And you can frame few questions and you can conduct the listening activity. Dictation you can give on daily basis you can give, or on weekly basis you can give, or for the term exams also you can give. So make it as a practice. Dictation practice should be given every week. At least select few words, simple to challenging words you can choose from the lesson and you can give. So at least out of 10, they should be able to score at least 4. They should not get below that 4. Okay. So select few words, even where the slow learners also will be able to score marks. So that type of words you can choose. So dictation, listening, reading, writing, and speaking also. Here and there you can ask some questions. You can make the children to participate in all the class discussions. So home assignment you can give. So instruct students to read the text and then answer the questions. 1 or 2 questions. See, anyway, class 4 child, they need the help of the teacher. So we are going to give them answers. After discussing in the class, we will make them to write in the classwork. They should see the board and write, isn't it? Activities, of course, you can ask them to prepare a Pictionary or dictionary also. You can ask them to stick some pictures based on the story, or they can even, as I told you, you can ask them to create one dictionary. Their own dictionary they can create. They'll be so happy, because every year I used to make all my class children, whether I go to class 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, I make them to do this dictionary work in their classes. So writing a paragraph, of course, based on the lesson you can give. Imagine you're Mr. Oliver, write about the time you had wanted to teach, and then explain what is a paragraph, how to write and all, because they are also coming from class 3. They would have written a paragraph in class 2 and class 3 also. But then again, we have to teach them what is a paragraph, how to write, and how to write a narrative paragraph using I, we, ask, me, and all. So the narrative point of view that you have to teach them. And the order of the incidents. They should be able to order the incidents, and they should be able to express the relationship between the ideas, things, and then the sentences should maintain a flow also. And the concluding sentence, it should sums up the main idea of the paragraphs. So this you can teach. Again, I will just discuss. We will discuss about this narrative paragraph in another session. So with this, I think this particular topic is over. Teachers, any doubts with regard to this prose lesson or anything, or shall I move on to the next topic?
Ma'am, one thing to ask.
Yes, ma'am.
When we give them verbs, that is action verbs as words for making sentence, can we allow them to change it into continuous tense or past tense and then make, or the same word they should use?
See, when in the exams, if they write, okay, we can, no, we cannot penalize the child, we can give them marks. But when it comes to class work, you insist them, it should be the same verb they have to use. Because the subject verb agreement we are focusing on in class 4, right? From
Yes.
class 3, we are teaching them subject verb agreement. When it comes to present tense, so the child should be able to form the correct verb according to the subject. Okay, subject and verb should agree. If you are using the word dance, means dance only. So the subject should be in plural, you tell them. If it is given as dancers, the subject should be in singular, right? That you have to insist them. But in the exam, no, we cannot penalize. If the child has written danced, we cannot penalize. According to him, it is correct only. So at least half a mark, maybe you can cut and you can give another half a mark. But you tell the child, this is the thing that you have to insist. You have to insist them, the child should be able to write using the same verb.
Same.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so let me move on to the next topic quickly because why do we teach letter writing? Can anyone tell me? Teachers?
For communication.
Yes, to make them better communicators, to enhance their communication, to enhance their writing skills also. Right? So you tell them this is a reason why we teach them letter writing. So also tell them, see, nowadays they have email, WhatsApp, message and all. But then what is the purpose of writing it? Writing it by hand has got real benefits. Even till class 8, we insist them to write, isn't it? So by writing, it helps them a lot. Writing work helps them a lot. So studies show that there are a number of ways we benefit from writing by hand. So handwriting helps the brain it has a calming effect. It coordinates the left brain and the right brain. It also boosts their reasoning skills or cognitive skills. It inspires creativity also. So when they are going to sit in one calm place and write, naturally their creativity it will improve. And it sharpens the young minds. It improves memory. The most important is it improves their memory and it improves their speed. It improves their handwriting also. So you keep telling them you have to write and practice whatever it is, whether it is a letter writing or whether it is a lesson, meanings, dictation words, opposites, question answers. So let them write. So writing by hand is especially important for young children because it's an imperative tool in improving cognitive skills or the reasoning skills. So giving a child a task like writing a letter, it will be more engaging and they enjoy. Okay, enjoy a lot because from class 2 till class 2, we are not teaching them letter writing. But when they come to class 3, we are introducing this letter writing to them. Really, they will enjoy writing letters. And it is also empowering as it makes them feel what they have to say is important, isn't it? So you can also give them a small anecdote. When I was a child, even I was a child, I used to write a lot of letters to my grandmother, isn't it? We all have written letters to our grandparents or to our parents. Whenever we go for summer vacation, I used to write for my parents. From there, I used to write. And always I used to write letters to my grandmother. So many things I have shared with her through letters, isn't it? Whatever I cannot share it with my mother or father, I have shared it with my grandmother through letters only. And we used to write it even in a postcard or an inland letter, right? So these things you can tell your children, no? But nowadays children are not at all writing. It is totally, because of this email and WhatsApp and all, they have lost their writing skills. So we have to teach them informal letter writing for class 3, 4 and 5. Here in our DAV school, we insist on this only, informal letter writing for classes 3, 4 and 5. So the first thing is what they will learn in class 3 level, they will learn inviting letters. Can anyone tell me the type of inviting letters, invitation letters?
Inviting to your
Birthday party, okay.
Friend for birthday party.
Inviting for the friend to spend the summer vacation.
Summer vacation, very good.
Sister's
Then-
marriage.
Sister's marriage, very good. Okay, let me move on to the topic.
Festival, ma'am.
Festivals, yeah, to celebrate festivals with them. Then we also teach them thanking letters. So these are the two types of letters that we teach for class 3 level. Okay, as soon as they come to class 3, we teach them. So inviting letters, the most common letter is writing a letter to your friend, inviting him or her to your birthday celebration. So they will enjoy, no? They will be so excited to write this particular letter, inviting letter. So informal letter writing, this is a format that we maintain here. The first thing is there should be address, sender's address should be in 3 lines and date should be in expanded form. Third one is salutation. Fourth one is body of the letter should be in 3 paragraphs. Okay. Then subscription, yours affectionately. This body of the letter, it will change, okay, according to the topic and according to the class level also. The word limit will change. See, for class 3, we may expect them to write 50 words. 50 to 75 is more than enough. For class 4, you can expect them to write 75 to 100 words. And for class 5, of course, 100 to 150 words you can expect them to write. Then subscription, yours affectionately is more appropriate. Yours lovingly also they can write. But teach them this particular spelling affectionately. They should be able to write this. And name of the sender. Whoever is writing the letter, they should be able to write that particular name. Imagine you are Rohit, you are writing a letter, means they should write that name of the sender there as Rohit, not their own name. So that also you tell them. So read the question and then write the name of the sender. You keep insisting this also to the children because class 3 children, they are new to this. Inviting and thanking letters, we will have this for 7 or 8 marks. Okay, it depends on the paper setter. So class 3, sender's address, date, salutation, body of the letter. As I told you, 50 to 75 words. Subscription, yours affectionately, name of the sender. So from the assessment point of view, I have given this. Class 3, see, you can see 1 mark, total 8 marks. 1 mark for sender's address, half a mark for date. Date always insists them to write in expanded form. So today's date is 10th May 2023. So 10th May 2023, they should write. Then for class 4, again, sender's address, date, salutation, body of the letter, 3 paragraphs, introduction, body and conclusion. That is for 5 marks. Subscription, yours affectionately for half a mark. Name of the sender, half a mark. So together, if you total it, it is for 8 marks. And here for class 3, you can see here 3 paragraphs for 50 to 75 words. Class 4, 75 to 100 words. Class 5, we expect them to write at least 150 words in 3 paragraphs. So it should have introduction, body and conclusion. So insist them. Okay, the format also, you can make them to copy this format in their classwork, but don't give them the mark allotment and all to the child. They will get confused. No need. You give them the format. You can ask them to copy it in the classwork or in the rough notebook also before you start the letter. Okay. So sample birthday invitation letter I have given. Inviting your friend for your birthday party. See, if you look at the first thing, see, keep left. You tell them to keep left. Always everything should be written in left because the same child is learning letter writing in the second language also, right? So either it is Hindi or Tamil, they'll be having a different format there. Maybe they may ask them to write everything, keep right also. That we do not know. So, but in English, you tell them they have to keep left. So insist them. The first 3 lines should be their address. Okay. So the first thing you can see the door number, street, and then area, and then you can write the city name with the pin code. So this is the format for the address. Then comes the date in expanded format. See, 5th May 2023. Then salutation, dear friend or dear that friend's name also he can mention. Only one friend's name he can mention because being a class 3 child, he will ask whether he can write 4 to 5 friends' name there next to dear. You tell them, no, it is not allowed. Only to one particular child, one particular friend only, he can write the letter. So you insist that also, dear friend, or he can put the dear friend's name also there. Then here you read the letter for him. Hope you are fine. So this is the introduction, no? Hope you are fine. I'm writing this letter to invite you for my birthday party. I hope you remember that my birthday is on 24th May. So you can give the date which is very closer to the date that is given here. It is 5th May, it is given. The letter is written on 5th May. You can have this birthday between somewhere towards the end of this particular May month. But it should be closer to this date. And you would be glad to know that I have invited all our classmates for my birthday celebration. So this is the introduction. Okay, then comes the body of the letter. What they are going to do. Okay, my parents have arranged a grand party with delicious dishes and gifts for all my friends and family members. So what he is going to do on his birthday party, that he can explain it in 3 to 5 lines, he can explain. So the party will be at 7 p.m. in the party hall of my flat. Or they may also even ask whether I can write this particular place, and also you can allow them to write. The party will be at that particular time, you can give them, and wherever they would like to have the party, that particular place also they can mention it there. Apart from that, what they have planned, that also they can write. I have planned for some games on the day. Okay, I'm so excited to see you all together and spend time with lots of fun. So this is all about the birthday, how he is going to celebrate. Then comes the concluding paragraph. So you can request the person to bring his sister or brother or anybody else, even the parent also. Please bring your parents and also try to come earlier so that you wouldn't miss any event. We would make the day very special and worth remembering for all of us all together, so that we could cherish those moments lifelong. So these are the things that we expect from the child to write. Okay, opening paragraph, introduction, then body of the letter, and then the concluding paragraph. And yours affectionately, subscription should be there. Then Vinay, okay, the sender's name. So this is all about the birthday letter. So here we can have a small activity also for the children. Okay, you can ask them to bring an inland letter or a postcard they can buy and come. You can ask them to write this particular letter in this inland letter or postcard also. And he can also write his friend's address there in the front page. Okay, and he can post it also. Or you can collectively, you can take all the letters in your class. Okay, almost 40 students will be writing the letter on the same day. You can make them to write in the class as an activity in the class you can do. And you can collectively take it and you can post it also. So when the other child receives it, he or she will feel so happy about it, isn't it? Or you can ask the child to write the address of the boy who is sitting next to him, so that the letter they will receive from the same class itself. So this, as a part of an activity, you can make it as an art integrated project or as an activity also for this particular letter writing, because class 3 children, 3, 4, 5, all the classes, they will love to write this. We are doing this particular activity in our school. You can also follow this. Then you can make them to do an envelope also. You can teach them how to make it using an unrolled sheet. No, you can ask them to bring one unrolled sheet, fold the paper in half. See, second instruction, open the fold the other half, open it up. Then they have to fold it, repeat the right corner. You can see the instructions given there. Fold the bottom corner up to the dotted line, and bottom left corner, repeat the bottom right corner, then put glue and fold it like this. And then the envelope is complete. So after completing the envelope, either they can even make the origami paper. With the help of the origami paper, they can make an envelope. Or with a plain paper also, they can make an envelope. They can put a stamp also there outside and ask them to write the letter in a ruled sheet. Okay. And they can post it to their friends. So this is one particular activity. You can encourage them to do it in the class for letter writing. This is clear, teachers. Any doubt with regard to this letter writing? Birthday invitation? Do you think the child will enjoy, or will it be boring for them?
They'll enjoy, ma'am.
They will really enjoy. All the classes, they will enjoy this. So it will take some time, but then they will learn also, no? See, at least by writing in the inland letter, they will be able to write one more time. Apart from the classwork, no? They'll be writing in the inland letter one time, and in this envelope also, they will write one more time. So in this way, they will learn also to write the letter in a neat format. So what are the types of letters that we have? So inviting letters, if you take, you have birthday celebrations, as ma'am said. Even you can invite them to celebrate Independence Day with them. So you can tell them that Independence Day we are going to celebrate in our school. You can also join us, because I'm going to participate in one of the, either a speech or a dance. I'm going to participate, or I'm going to give a, I'll be in the music or in the choir, something else you can tell in that particular letter, and ask them to invite their friends for the celebrations. Similarly, Republic Day also, I'll be there in the Republic Day parade of my school, and you can also join that. And magic show also, like when it happens in the school for the Children's Day or for Teachers' Day, you can tell the child to invite his friend for that magic show. It is because it is open to all, that he can specify that. Even though it is a school celebration, but this magic show is open to all. You can also come and join us. We can enjoy the show. So you teach them. These are the different types of, the topics that they can expect in the, from the exam point of view. And festivals, as ma'am said, Diwali festival, or you can invite a friend for the Pongal festival to celebrate Pongal, or Dashara, 10 days. We celebrate Dashara, we celebrate here as Navaratri, we say in here in Tamil Nadu. So about the Golu also they will write. Last year I gave them this particular topic, how you celebrate this Navaratri here, all 9 days. And then they also explained about that in detail. And Holi celebrations also. So North Indians, they celebrate Holi. So how they celebrate, what and all they do. That also they can explain it in 3 to 5 lines in that particular letter, not more than that. Then summer vacation, of course, to celebrate summer, to spend summer, this one with them, and winter vacation also. So these are the types of invitation letters. Maybe you can give them practice also in the class, or all the letters you cannot, you won't be able to do it in the class. You can give them as a home assignment also. 1 or 2 letters you can make them to write in the rough notebook. Okay, you can give them one celebration letter, you can give them one sample, either Republic Day or Independence Day, so that the child will be able to write the other one on his own. Similarly, one festival, one example you can give, either a Diwali or a Pongal. So the other 2, the child will be able to write on his own. Similarly, either one vacation you can give them, summer or winter. So he can, when the question is asked about the winter, means the child will be able to write that. Is it clear, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall I continue?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
In case if I'm not able to complete this, maybe I will continue with this tomorrow session, this one, letter writing. Okay, so we will move on to the next part of that. So what comes to your mind? Okay, sorry. Birthday invitations. Again, here also we have some lot of types or models we have. So birthday invitations, when it comes to birthday invitations, again, you can ask the child to invite to his birthday or her birthday, or to his sister's birthday or brother's birthday. Or you can even ask the child to write a letter, invitation letter for grandfather's or grandmother's 60th birthday celebrations also. And what are the things that they have planned there at home during the celebrations. And then father or mother's birthday also, you can specify. One or 2 letters, you can guide them. The rest, the children will be able to do it. Now, what comes to your mind when I say gratitude with regard to the letters?
To be thankful.
To be thankful. Okay. For? So in what way you will connect this gratitude with letter writing?
When you receive any gifts from your relatives.
Okay, when you get some gifts,
After you're receiving gifts from uncle
from
or
your
auntie.
friends, uncle or aunt. Yes, very good. So now you have invited all of them for your birthday celebration. Now the children will be receiving a lot of gifts from everyone, isn't it? Now they should be grateful for, isn't it? They should be able to say thank you, isn't it? They should be able to thank them. Show gratitude also. So they should be taught to write thanking letters as well. Okay. This birthday letters and thanking letters, we are teaching them for class 3 level. The same can be tested for even classes 4 and 5 also. Okay. So informal letter writing, already we have taught them for class 3. So you can't say it won't be tested in class 4 and 5. You can test them in class 4 and 5 also. So gratitude, thanking letter. See, this is a model. So here again, the sender's address is here in 3 lines, the date in expanded form, and the salutation here. Okay, dear Rohan. So the introduction. So hope you're fine. I'm writing this letter to thank you for the birthday gift. So you're receiving a gift from your friend. You're thanking. So my parents celebrated my birthday in a grandeur manner. We missed your presence very badly. I just received the beautiful wristwatch which you sent me as my birthday gift. The golden wristwatch looks amazing. So here what you tell us first, in the first opening line in the introduction, I mean in the opening lines, you have to thank. Why you're writing this letter, you should give a reason for that. That will be the first paragraph. Okay, hope you're fine. And then you will convey the regards and all those things. And then you will be writing the reason for writing the letter. Then second paragraph should have all the details. So you're writing a thanking letter. So tell the child to describe, okay, whatever gift that he has got. So my parents, how they celebrated in a very grandeur manner. And since you're not there, we missed your presence. And then I just received the beautiful wristwatch, which you sent me as a birthday gift. The golden wristwatch looks amazing. So ask them to explain it. Believe me, my dear friend, of all my presents, yours is the loveliest. And then all my friends liked it very much. Okay, they can even write how it works and all, when, at what time of the day he's wearing this and all. So, and moreover, I needed a watch very badly. So I'm wearing this watch on daily basis, wherever I go to my classes, sports or keyboard or dance, wherever I go, I'm wearing this watch, something like that. He can also write few more points about that. Then again, he should thank you very much. Hope to meet you soon and convey my regards to your parents and sister. So this is how he has to conclude it. Then at the end, yours affectionately, Vinay. So can you give me some topics for thanking letter, teachers?
Thanking for coming to the party.
Thanking for coming to the party. Okay.
Thank you for the birthday gift.
Thanking for the birthday gift. Yes. Then. Okay. What type of gifts you will expect the child to receive?
Books.
Books. Very good.
Bicycle.
Bicycle. Excellent.
Toys.
Toys. Very good. Toys.
Drawing materials.
Drawing materials. Very good.
Pen, ma'am.
Pen. Excellent.
School bag.
School bags. Very good.
Dresses, ma'am.
So you can frame questions based on this, right? So it is very easy. If you think, no, what are the gifts the child is going to receive? So thanking letter can be based on this. And it can, thanking letter, of course, you'll be writing it for friends or relatives only. Naturally, the child will be writing either to his friend or to uncle or aunt or some other relative like grandfather or grandmother also. So suppose if it is a book, so ask the child to write the name of the book. Okay, he should explain about it. No, in at least 4 to 5 sentences in the second paragraph. The name of the book is so and so, and it is written by this particular author, Ruskin Bond. And he can even write 1 or 2 sentences about the story. The story was, I really enjoyed the story. The story was very nice. It was about the relationship between this main character and the pet dog or something like that. And he can also say about like a small book review, he can write in 3 to 4 sentences in the main paragraph. Okay. And then if it is a bag, someone said, no, you can tell the color of the bag, the texture, how it is, whether it is made of resin or leather or cotton, something like that, and how many compartments, because all these things the child will notice, isn't it, whether it is useful or not. They might, sometimes they say it doesn't have a zip, I won't use this bag, and it has got only 1 compartment, so I need lot of compartments in that. So you can ask the child to even brief it in 3 or 4 sentences about the bag. And logo, what is a logo there? Sometimes they have all the cartoon characters there, no? The Motu Patlu will be there, and they have their own favorite cartoon characters there, Tom and Jerry, something like that. So even about that also they can describe. Because of this, I like this bag so much because it has my favorite cartoon character in that bag. And the purpose of that. So in what way the bag helps the child? It helps him to carry a lot of books to the school or for his any other extracurricular activity classes. He'll be carrying it. or for travel purpose also he might use it, no, while going with his parents and all. So that also he can specify that in that particular letter also. And pen, if it is going to be a pen, so the brand name of the pen and how he is using it, how it improves his handwriting. So all those things also he can talk about in that particular letter also, about the pen, the color of the pen, for what purpose he uses, whether for the exams is he using or for writing the classwork notes. And also he can write a thanking letter like this based on the objects that he received. So now next one is, suppose if the child is not able to attend the birthday, isn't it? So now after attending the birthday, inviting for the birthday, he's getting the gift and he's thanking the person. Suppose if he or she is not able to attend a birthday, so naturally he should write an apologizing letter, isn't it? This also we are teaching for class 4 level. So for class 3, we are teaching them only inviting and thanking. For class 4, they should know to write an apologizing letter. This is not an apologizing letter that they have to write something for the mistakes that they have committed. We are not focusing on that part, but we are teaching the child to write an apologizing letter for not attending any function or something like that. But the child should know to apologize, to say sorry, isn't it? If he had committed some mistake or something, if he is not able to make it for the function or a birthday and all, child should be taught to apologize. So this is where we are teaching them to write apologizing letter. Again, the same format is followed here. Sender's address, date in expanded form, and dear, name of the friend they can write. So the opening lines can be like this. I hope everything is going great in your life. And why you're writing this particular letter. Okay, this letter is to apologize to you for not coming to your birthday party on so and so date at this particular venue where it happened. Okay, the reason is, so here you can mention the reason, exact reason why the child is not able to attend the birthday party. If you throw this question to the children, they will come out with a lot of answers. What are the answers you can expect? You can say that the child was not well, or even you can say that mother was not well, so she was not able to bring me to the birthday party. Or you can even say you had a small minor accident, something like that. Or even one of my class children, he only gave this answer, diverted route, because lot of take diversions are happening in Chennai city here due to the this metro process. They are having this diverted route. So he himself said, ma'am, because of this only I was not able to attend my friend's birthday party last week. So this idea was given by my class child only. So diverted route, someone in the family has gone for some emergency also. So he was not able to drop him there. And you represented your school for some sports also, no? Something like a competition or a sports. So you came late to home, so you're not able to attend. Or any other valid reason. So you tell the child to write the particular reason why he was not able to attend the birthday party on that particular day. So I know it was a special day for you as it was your 10th birthday. And the third concluding paragraph, we can write like this. I really wish I could have attended, but all these circumstances made it hard for me to come. And I hope you will understand my situation and forgive me. So as a gesture, I have sent a birthday gift for your address, which you will receive soon. So this is how the child should write an apologizing letter for not attending a birthday party, right? Then yours affectionately and the name also should be there. So this is what we expect the child to write. So any other apologizing letter, teachers? You want teachers to give some questions for this particular topic.
Asking apology for not scoring good marks in the exam.
Not, but to whom he will write?
If he is in hostel, he
can write to his parent. Very good, very good. Okay.
He can write to his cousin, ma'am, for not accompanying him or hers for the trip they have planned.
For the trip, excellent. For the trip, yes.
For latecomers, ma'am.
For late coming, but we are not teaching them the formal way of writing here, ma'am. So only informal way we are focusing here.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
See, so many types of inviting letters we discussed, no? So you can choose from that also.
Asking apology to the friend for breaking his pen.
For breaking his pen. Yes, very good. Good. Even for losing his book also, no? Classwork book, classwork notebook, or any other story book. Yes, excellent. Anything else?
Not given his friend's expected gift.
Not given his friends expected gift. Okay.
During a fight with a classmate.
During a fight. Okay, after a fight, he can write an apology letter,
Yeah,
no?
both
To
of
a
them
friend.
can write.
Both of them can write to each other. Yes, yes.
Inappropriate language used in the class.
Class, excellent. Inappropriate language, yes. But again, he'll be writing only to his friend, no? Why he has used that particular foul language in the class during the fight.
Ma'am, can you repeat? There is a signal problem.
Not having invited.
Not having invited.
Missing someone.
He cannot hear you, Darshana ma'am.
Uh,
I'm not able to hear.
Apologizing. Birthday.
Your voice is not clear, ma'am. Sorry.
I'm not sure whether one of you have said this already. Apologizing for not completing the homework.
But here we focus only on informal letter writing, ma'am. Apologizing may be okay to your mother or father. You can write. Anything else, teachers? So what are the takeaways? Yes, ma'am. Continue. Yes,
Can
ma'am.
write to his uncle, ma'am, for not attending his retirement party or something like that.
Yes, yes. For not able to attend the sister's marriage, no, or uncle's somebody's marriage. That also
Any
you can write.
functions
Yes.
or
Yes, yes.
uncle's
Or any
retirement.
celebrations.
Yeah.
So for festivals also he would have invited, no, to celebrate Diwali or Pongal with him, but then you are not able to make it due to some reason. You are not well, or you have some exams or some competitions during that particular week. So you are not able to attend that particular celebrations or a marriage function, anything like that. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Apologizing for not inviting someone, to have missed out someone to invite for your birthday. Yes, yes. For any function at home. Yes. This also you can write. Great. So, okay. So today's session, we had a lesson, how to go about it, and also about letter writing. And this particular letter writing, again, we will continue with other forms of letters. Okay.